tax plan under threat. Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin on Wednesday became the first Republican to declare that he would not vote for his colleague's bill to rewrite the U.S. tax code. Other senators also expressed misgivings about the plan's cost and effect on the middle class. The House is set to vote on its own tax measure today. We looked at the key ideas in each proposal. There are tough choices at the heart of the Republican tax bill speeding through Congress, and they make clear what the party values most in economic policy right now: deep and lasting tax cuts for corporations. Our tax and economics reporter Jim Tankersley writes. Today in New York, NYUpdate location. Cloudy, then partly sunny and windy. 52 degrees Fahrenheit, 55 degrees, 38 degrees. Tomorrow, 49 degrees, 37 degrees. View 5-day forecast. A new twist in Alabama. A lawyer for Roy Moore, the Republican Senate candidate, suggested that a purported message from his client, written in the high school yearbook of one of the women who have accused Mr. Moore of sexual misconduct, may have been forged. The state Senate race grew increasingly uncertain after 4 more women came forward to accuse Mr. Moore of unwanted advances. State Republican leaders met Wednesday night to discuss whether Mr. Moore should remain the party's nominee for the December 12 special election. No decision was announced. Video. Meet Roy Moore's defenders. Roy S. Moore, the Senate candidate from Alabama, and his supporters are trying to discredit and diminish the mounting sexual misconduct allegations against him. By Chris Cirillo on published date November 14, 2017. Photo by Bryn Anderson, Associated Press. Watch in Times Video. Embed. The tactics of Weinstein's sleuths. Until 10 days ago, Blackcube, a private investigation firm established in 2010 by former intelligence analysts of the Israel Defense Forces, was largely unknown in the U.S. Continue reading the main story. Advertisement. Continue reading the main story. But the company is now in the spotlight after the producer Harvey Weinstein hired it to investigate the actress Rose McGowan, who accused him of sexual assault. Our reporters got a rare look at the deceptive practices the company used. The end of an era in Africa. In placing President Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe under house arrest on Wednesday, the nation's military may have foreshadowed the end of more than just one political career. The apparent coup echoed across a continent where the notion of the big man leader is defined both by the lure of power in perpetuity and the risk that, one day, the edifice will crumble. We looked back at key moments in Mr. Mugabe's nearly 40-year reign. It's no Mona Lisa. One of our art critics, Jason Farago, assessed Salvator Mundi, the work attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, that sold for a record-setting $450.3 million on Wednesday. His verdict, a proficient but not especially distinguished religious picture from turn of the 16th century Lombardy, put through a ringer of restorations. Other critics said the astronomical price attested to how much salesmanship drives and dominates the conversation about art and its value. Video. Crowd gasps at record-setting art auction. The last moments of the historic bidding war for Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi by Robin Pogregan on published date November 15, 2017. Photo by Timothy A. Clary, Agence France Presse, Getty Images. Watch in Times Video. Embed. The Daily, the U.S.-led war on ISIS. Listen on a computer, an iOS device or an Android device. Photo. President Trump declared his 12-day trip to Asia a resounding success on Wednesday. We assessed his speech, in which he said that he had united the world against North Korea and insisted on reciprocal trade from Asian nations. Credit Tom Brenner, The New York Times. Catch up at the end of the day. Like the morning briefing? Then consider subscribing to our evening briefing. It's a rundown of the day's biggest news and the stories you won't want to miss. Free, right to your inbox. Sign up here. Business. It was one of the banking industry's toughest watchdogs during the Obama era. Now, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency is becoming a vital player in the Trump administration's campaign to roll back regulations. Separately, the director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau said on Wednesday that he would leave the agency this month, removing a major opponent to the dismantling of regulations on businesses and on Wall Street. Time Incorporated is said to be in talks to sell itself to the Meredith Corporation in an effort backed by the billionaire brothers Charles and David Koch.